Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lovers Society with me, Tief. And tonight we are looking at elements of Islay Peat, something that I've been looking forward to trying, and finally my online store had a sample of this whiskey, so of course I had to buy a sample and of course just try it before you buy it. Unfortunately, not a cheap one. If you buy a full bottle, which is only 500 milliliters, you will pay about €46 here in Belgium. Quite expensive for a no age statement whiskey. €46, 500 milliliters. At least, if you look at the specifications, it's bottled at an eye-watering 59.3% ABV. So for those people that do like a little bit of water to be added to the whiskey, I think you can stretch that 500 milliliters maybe up to 600-700 milliliters. So in the end, 46 for your full bottle. Is it a good price? I'm not sure. We will tonight nose it, taste it, and maybe give it a good score, or maybe give it a bad score, thumbs up, thumbs down. I normally don't like giving scores because I know there's a lot of different tastes out there. So for me, it's all about what I like and giving you my taste. So the first thing that we can look at is the color, well, the lack of color. As you can see, it is very light straw color, almost no color at all. So definitely no color added to this one. And it does have a little bit of an oily note to it. As you can see, it quite sticks to the glass, and then all of a sudden you see this long thin legs forming with a little bit of a beading on top. So there's a little bit of a viscosity to this one, a little bit of an oily look to it. So quite looking forward to tasting this one. So on the nose, now if you open this one and you pour it and you nose it immediately, you get that nice long sweet peat note coming out, and it's very perfumey. Definitely there's a hint of a TCP in it, or a little bit of a hospital, but only a hint. More a little bit of a bonfire in the distance, maybe that has been burnt out already, so a little bit of that. So it's a little bit more like an ashy note that you get, a little bit of a savoriness in the background. Maybe if you dropped one of your bacon strips in the fire, a hint of that in it, quite pleasant. So lovely sweet, and the more time that you spend with it, it does tend to go a little bit sweeter for me. There's also a little bit of a fresh cut pears in it. That is really nice. There's a lightness. That peat is definitely not overpowering. A little scented, a little bit of a citrus note also appearing, but everything is well balanced, and nothing is really dominating. And every time that I do go back, it becomes a little bit sweeter on the nose for me. Really nice. It's also of the alcohol. There's a little bit of a cooling minty effect, but even with a little bit of agitation. Reminder, it's 59.3%, so it's a big strong boy, this one. But even if I stick my nose in it, it does not tell me that it's such a high ABV whiskey. Oh, but it is really nice. I do like this one. And very strange for the people that have been watching me. By the way, thank you very much for all my subscribers. You come this far. I see almost 80% of people watching my channel every video, but they forgot to like and subscribe. So I appreciate the gesture. If you want to see more content, just give it a like and subscribe. We are moving to 850 subscribers, so getting closer to 1,000. So please do me a favor, click the like and subscribe. Over with that. So back to the whiskey. It is nice. It's a little bit of a melony, little fresh melon, fresh cut melon coming out. Oh, it's really nice. But of course we need to taste it as well. So I am going to take a small sip on this one. It is 59.3% ABV, and I need to do some other reviews as well. So starting with the big boys. So cheers. It is lovely. It's light. It's that hot, light, sweet explosion in your mouth. And of course with the high ABV, it just like it disappears. It literally evaporates in the mouth. And when you are left with the sweetness, I get a hint of a licorice on the taste. Just try again. Definitely a little bit of a chocolate note, a little bit of a licorice note. I think if you do a little combination with a chocolate, with just a small piece of chocolate, and quite a sweet chocolate as well. If you mix those two, quite similar to that. I love the licorice notes. Let me just try again. My mouth is just covered with that lovely sweetness. A hint of oak appearing. Very little. So on the oak that it was, I think that was a very short period of time, hence the color, but it is nice. Now I did also do a little bit of a digging before I started the video. Not much, but what they did tell me is that they are using about 60 different casks in the blend, and of course all of the whiskies come from different distilleries in Islay. I don't disclose exactly who is supplying the whiskey, but they do say that they are selected a handful of different distilleries in the Islay region. So I'm not going to venture in what these whiskies are. I don't really care, but I think what they did with this nice blended malt is that they made a perfect balanced smoky whiskey. Really nice on the nose and on the taste as well. Now I think it is a good idea to give this one a little bit of water, just to see what the effect is going to be. But before I do that, let me just give it one more try. To be honest, I'm definitely going to drink this one without water. I don't think this is something that you take a glass and see how fast you can drink it. For me, this one, the flavors that I do get out of this without the water is phenomenal. Lovely sweetness, and of course small sips at a time. This will last me probably two hours, because I'm not that really big of a drinker. For me, it's about the taste and the sweetness and the lovely notes that I do get out of it. So I will most probably drink it neat, but I have a little bit of water here, so I'm just going to add maybe half a teaspoon of water. So I'm not really going to bring the alcohol level down dramatically. I did find a couple of times that I added just a wee bit too much water. It ruined the experience for me. And of course, if you pay a lot of money for whiskey, you don't want to waste. So half a teaspoon maybe added. A little bit of a cloudiness forming already. Not much, just a hint of it. Of course, the water was not really cold. It was room temperature. It's quite a nice warm here in my apartment. So with a little bit of water added, it's a little bit of a much sweeter. It's like all of those fruity notes, that pear notes, a hint of that lemon note. There's a little bit of an explosion, and it feels like it lightened it up a little bit, and it gives it a little bit more of an aroma coming out. So quite pleasant on the nose with a little bit of water added. That lemon hint is just elevated every time I go back a bit. So not so much of a pear note, a little bit more sweeter on the nose as well. Also a little bit of a chocolate note, and a little bit of a fudge, like a chocolate fudge note that I get. Quite pleasant with the water on the taste. A little bit of water definitely makes it nice. Again, I think I would prefer it without the water. Smaller sips, but a little bit more enjoyment, considering it is only half a liter at 46 euros for a bottle. So small sips. But definitely just give it one more try. And definitely add more water to it. The hotness, the heat, that disappearing of the alcohol, the evaporation of the alcohol is still there. Oh, definitely, I think this one can maybe take another half a teaspoon or a full teaspoon to get the effect. But I'm going to leave it up to you. Of course, you are the one that buys it. You're the one that decides how you are going to drink it. If you add more water, up to you. What I would suggest, small drops at a time, half a teaspoon at a time, to make sure that you get to the perfect level, that you don't go over that level and ruin quite a good whiskey. So that's me on the elements of Islay Peat, the Islay blended malt, 59.3%. What do you think? Have you tried it? Is it something that you would recommend to your friends? Is it something that you would always try to keep in the bar? Would you pay the 46 euros? Well, maybe you're going to pay a little bit less, but 46 euros for half a liter a bottle. Let me know in a comment, and I see you next time. Cheers.